If you have ever felt confused by all those tiny little lines on a tape measure, you are definitely not alone. Today, we are going to break down the inch system once and for all using a standard scale. Notice how the tape features big, bold numbers for whole inches, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. These serve as your main reference points. But what about all the spaces hidden in between those numbers? Those lines divide the inch into smaller fractional parts, which are absolutely essential for precise woodworking, metalworking, and home construction. Without understanding these fractions, making accurate cuts becomes a total guessing game. Let's zoom in closely between the 1 and 2 inch marks to see how this entire system is structured, step by step. When you look right in the exact middle of any 2 whole inches, you will find the longest line on the scale. That is your 1/2 inch mark, which cuts the inch directly into 2 equal halves. Now, look halfway between the whole inch and that 1/2 inch mark. Those are your 1/4 inch marks. There are 2 of them inside every single inch, the 1/4 mark and the 3/4 mark. These lines are slightly shorter than the 1/2 inch line, but still quite tall compared to the rest. Moving in even closer, right between the quarters, you will find the 1/8 inch marks, which are shorter still. In most standard carpentry projects, you will constantly be working with halves, quarters, and eighths. But for ultimate precision, we need to go one step further into the smallest markings on the scale. Let's look at the tiny lines squeezed right between the 1/8 inch marks. These are the 1/16 inch lines. There are 16 total subdivisions inside a single inch, meaning each little space represents 1/16 of an inch. Whenever a project calls for extreme cabinet making or tight joinery precision, you are counting these tiny 16th lines. On some professional grade tape measures, you will even see one more set of lines squeezed between the 16ths. Those are the 32nd inch marks, representing the absolute limit of standard manual tape reading. To read any of these, you simply find the nearest lower whole inch, count how many major fraction lines you have passed, and add the final small ticks. Practice reading these sequences repeatedly until your eyes can spot a 3/8 or a 5/16 mark instantly without having to count every single line from the beginning of the inch. Let's put everything we have learned into real-world practice. Imagine your tape extends past the 3 inch mark, goes past the 1/2 inch line, and lands exactly on the second tiny 16th mark past that. You write down 3 inches plus 1/2 plus 2/16, which simplifies down to 3 5/8 inches. Remember the visual hierarchy we talked about. Whole inches are the tallest lines, followed by halves, quarters, eighths, and finally the shortest 16th lines at the bottom. By keeping this hierarchy in your mind, you will never second-guess a measurement on your tape measure again. You are now fully equipped to tackle any construction or woodworking project with complete confidence. Happy building!